But my point to Boogie about Steph Curry, like, yes, I would love to see him compete for a championship again, but his personality, his pedigree, and what he's done for the Bay Area, I absolutely don't see him asking out or them even thinking about moving.
What if he does
that's
it?
From,
let's say this.
From how he carries himself.
He doesn't ask out necessarily. However, he does have a conversation with them and says, look, I understand where we are as an organization. I also know that my career is winding down. I'm just letting you know that I am open to hearing if the most perfect situation
That's
presents
37 years old, right?
Yeah.
He'll ride off in the sunset before I see that.
Yeah, I can't see. And also, I don't know, this is going to sound crazy, I don't know what the Warriors even get back for a 37-year-old Steph Curry right now to better that franchise. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Bob Myers is brilliant.
Hold on, slow down. Word that different, because let me make sure I heard it right.
I'm just saying, like, right now, you can obviously get something back, but I think it's the young guys that I think they're going to have to get a lot of stuff back. I'm sure Steph Curry for the next couple of years, maybe some picks or an expiring contract. No, I get it, and he's great.
I
and
think
he's Steph Curry.
37 teams are willing to blow their team up to acquire.
For what? For two more seasons?
I heard you right.
You think Steph is playing
like
two more seasons?
Curry,
No, I don't know how many more seasons he's playing. I'm just saying.
At minimum 5.
This is the situation that they're in right now.
We're in
now
the sports entertainment business as well.
So their best asset is this 37-year-old Steph Curry. That's what I'm saying. That is not a good sign for an organization.
I don't think he's an.
But it's not a normal 37-year-old.
Like I said,
he's not going anywhere. First of all,
they will build around him before they look to move him. That's how Jimmy Butler even got there. They're going to bring in pieces that they feel like can put them in a position to be competitive where they stand, opposed to him going out. I don't see any scenario where Steph Curry moves out.
But
I don't know.
all
that's what I'm saying.
But all of that is easier said than done right now. Like, they're in a situation now. They do have those 2 picks, cool. But you also have your youngest and best asset. You literally kill his value.
Devalued.
You self-sabotage that. Your next asset in Jimmy Butler is now damaged.
57
so you
million.
can't really get the maximum out of that asset. So how do you move forward and build around Steph?
The chat has some input. And by the way, chat, shame on you for making me say this out loud, but I'm going to do it anyways. What about Anthony Davis, Kuminga, like some sort of package trade there? I can't.
It's going to have to be some sort of package. It's going to have to be some picks involved, which, by the way, they might not even keep. They might then go and package those picks and bring on something else. But
they're going to rebuild.
When you look at the state of this team, yeah, it's not better this team now to be a championship. They don't have enough to do that. Like,
at best, were they not just going to be disruptors anyways, not contenders?
Yeah, when you tell me when I line up in the playoffs and I see Draymond and Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, that's scary. Like, that's this now current situation with their budding star that's been getting disrespected all season long. He's checked out. Jimmy Butler now is going to be making $56 million, $57 million at 37 years old off a torn ACL. He's gone. Steph Curry, Draymond, another year older next year. Like, it's not a good situation. Podziemski, they got him. Maybe Wait, you're not rolling?
Steve's favorite.
Start shopping him, because I don't know what else they can do.
You had a trade scenario this morning.
Though again, that would be a big trade.
Why don't you throw it out there? Throw the chum in the water and let's see what happens.
How do we feel about a Jimmy Butler, Kuminga, and 2 picks that are going to be really good to the Lakers for a LeBron James, a Rui situation?
Why are you winding down the voice at the end of that? Like,
I'm just throwing it out there. It's going to have to be something like that where it's...
I don't see the Lakers doing that.
Okay, so you say Lakers say no.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, we talking about a guy that's 42 years old and still considered one of the faces of the league. He brings so much value to any organization that he's with. You just don't let that go for 2 picks.
But you have to look at your future if you're the Lakers also.
I mean, all that's said and done. But, I mean, like Lou keeps saying, this is entertainment business. The money is important. Like, that's
but you have Luka now that carry the entertainment.
I just think also...
So if you can have Luka and LeBron...
You have Luka and LeBron.
Yeah, and I think they'd rather stick with that than trading for 2 picks.
Also, whoever makes this trade for Kuminga has to believe and want in Kuminga and pay him again, because he's about to be up for the following season again. So that's got to be his home, whoever does that. You're not doing it for, Jimmy Butler, an expiring contract at 37 years old. You are doing it for those picks, possibly, and you're doing it for that you believe in Jonathan Kuminga.
My experience is competing against the Warriors. They're a Class A, Grade A organization. They're the one organization that shows a certain level of loyalty to their guys. I just don't see a lot of this movement happening. I just don't.
You said they show loyalty?
Except
From
one.
my experience,
Yeah,
you have a different. You have,
Clay,
hold on. You have a different point of view than I do. Competing against them, you've been in uniform for them. We have different.
I think they're a great organization.
Yeah.
I think Joe did. I take that back. Let me correct that statement. When Bob Myers was at the head of the ramp, they were a great organization. I can't speak on them right
And
now.
I was out of the
but
game.
I will
by the
be
time they
saying, I know
switched
Mike
everything
Dunleavy.
up.
He's awesome. He took a tough job, man. He had some decisions to make, and now he's got even more decisions to make.
You took a tough job.
Boogie.
With
Think
Steph
about the-
Curry. That's
Same
a tough
song,
job.
Boogie.
Yes, 'cause
Same
look,
song, Boogie.
right now they have Steph Curry doing a tough
I
job.
know that's your man, and that's cool. But to
Bro,
say
he had to
a
make a
tough
decision
job
on Jordan Poole.
of
He had to
putting
make a
team
decision
around
on Klay
Steph,
Thompson. He had to make a decision on paying Draymond Green.
and they were all wrong.
Yeah, the Jordan Poole thing, I don't.
Jordan Poole
you
is not wrong.
traded
You
a young
had to get-
asset.
Jordan
for
Poole
an
and Draymond Green were
aging
never going to
point
play.
guard.
Draymond
And
Green and
Chris
Jordan
Paul.
Poole were never going to play again.
Yeah, well, why did you
They
pick
had
that
to do
side
that.
you picked?
Come on, man.
Why did you pick
I
that
should
side?
spill my tea every morning. I like the energy. I should spill my
I thought you were
drink
gonna actually spill
every
tea. I was
I
like,
smell
oh,
like
God.
lavender. I'm sticky. It's hot as shit in here.
Okay. So,
Hold on, answer me this. Is Steve Kerr, is he the coach of the Warriors next
They
year?
better not.
okay, but you just said they're loyal. So,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
better
aren't they going to
not.
give him the decision?
He's also a free agent. That's what
He's also the common denominator in every issue they have going on with this Warriors organization. So I don't see why.
Is there also a world where they say, okay, look, Kuminga, finish this year out. We're not going to move you. Steve Kerr's not going to be back next year, and it is you and Steph and Draymond. We're going to run it back. Is that a possibility?
So there's no.
I don't hate it.
Here's the thing.
I don't hate it.
Everything that we're saying up here is now it's the window is closed, which brings me back to I don't want to watch Steph Curry's final 2 seasons, whatever they might be in this league, just be like, oh, cool, we're going to go watch Steph warm up for games and watch him lose games for the next 2 years. Like, I don't want that. And I don't know that he necessarily would ever ask for a trade either, but wouldn't it be more fun if he was on a relevant team
100%.
to end things?
And he's not right now, and in the
At
way
all.
it looks and the way that their team is built, he's not going to be next year if he's on the Warriors.
I know, it's kind of a bummer. Guys, we talked a lot of Warriors today, and then during the break, full disclosure, scenarios pop up, and somebody said something about possibly maybe Steph Curry
The
going
race for
the
safe. The race. Is there a better franchise if, and again, this is all hypothetical, so let's
Okay,
not
hold on.
get our panties in a
Get
wad
comfortable.
here.
Well, settle down.
To the Spurs.
If I want to get him in a wad, I'll get him in a wad. Go on.
What about the San Antonio Spurs?
come on, tell me
What
more
if
about
I
it.
threw you a little De'Aaron Fox, Sohan, or Keldon Johnson?
Whoa. You didn't say Keldon in the break. He's
No,
a
I said
fan favorite.
Sohan, but it's got to be something
You
sweet.
said Kelly
you
Olynyk.
cooking up a whole new
That's not
phrase
true.
now.
You
I said
literally-
Steph,
You definitely
Sohan,
said
Cole
Kelly
Olynyk,
Olynyk.
That you
and,
Steph.
and like a pick or two.
Yeah.
You got to throw in a Sohan or a
And
Keldon
you
Johnson
asked
though.
me if I, as a Spurs fan, am going to be cool rooting for Steph Curry, and
And?
the answer is yes.
And if there's a franchise,
If you're a Warriors fan, are you okay with that?
You have
think
to
so.
be.
get De'Aaron
the
Fox,
picks.
that's
You
your
get
young.
De'Aaron
De'Aaron Fox
Fox, you get some young
You get
assets, you
paid.
get some picks. They're obviously in the direction
What
of
year are these
rebuilding.
picks, though?
Who says no?
It doesn't matter.
They
got
do, because
picks.
this is a good draft.
They need some type of a head start. They have nothing going.
I don't know,
You just
Spurs
need some
fans.
sort
Like,
of
let's
future
hear it.
assets.
Yeah,
and
they
by the way,
need
and again,
something.
it's not just going to be Fox and Olynyk. It's got to be a
Sohan,
Fox.
you're stuck on
and
Sohan.
either Sohan or Keldon Johnson.
Stop. You didn't say Keldon in the break. That's a different person.
I know, but I'm just thinking out loud. I'm
Okay,
from
but
the
I am a
Warriors. I
GM.
want more.
Well, you can have more picks. We love Keldon. And getting rid of
They have
Keldon.
This is all
Vassell. They
hypothetical,
have
by the way.
Vassell.
And by we, I
they
mean
have
Spurs
Harper. They
fans.
have Castle. They have Vassell, Castle, and Harper. They don't need Keldon
Vassell
Johnson and
hasn't been
Sohan.
playing. Do you think Steph Curry
Well,
would
you're
be
bringing
excited
Steph
about
Curry
it?
into
Throw a
it.
Champagny in there.
Hold on. Now you're just adding things that you didn't. This is
I'm just
bad
saying, the Spurs
business.
have
Throw
the
the coach in
assets.
too. At this point.
Are they title favorites if Steph Curry goes there? The answer is yes.
Oh, absolutely.
The answer is 100%
Yes,
yes. What are
absolutely.
you thinking about?
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
And
That's what I'm thinking about.
I think they're better than the Thunder.
Put Steph and Wemby together.
Because who
and you
dominates the
don't think
Thunder
they're-
this season? Oh, I don't know. A little team I like to call San Antonio Spurs. Dominate the Thunder.
I'm just saying.
Without
yes,
Steph Curry.
I think it makes them better. By the way, Fox has been pretty good for them
He's
too.
been
But
great.
Steph Curry and Wemby is spooky.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit back and think about it. Now I'm going to be thinking about
And
this for the
Steph
rest of the
Curry
day.
with like Castle clamps, it covers up his whole defensive holes. Like it makes kind of sense.
He's also like, oh, what a great vet to have. We got so many young,
Great
sorry,
organization.
professional. Spurs have.
Great
Hold on, the Spurs
organization,
fans in
too.
the chat don't want it. Pourquoi? What's the problem? You know what? I understand that sentiment.
They love the young team.
And
Also, they're very
don't fix what's not broken right now. What they got going.
I know, but I'm just saying it's the one trade scenario
we're just
that I was like,
fun. We're just being silly.
I can't really think of.
We have no power.
Obviously,
Just a reminder.
this is a weird situation for Steph, but just to think of the landscape of the NBA and think where Steph could land, I can't really.
Lou, did Lou zone out? Like, what happened to Lou?
No, I'm standing firm on I don't think Steph Curry moving, so I don't want to play Jimmy.
This is all hypothetical.
Yeah, this is all fun.
I don't think
We're
he's
just being silly.
Hypothetically,
But if he did,
moving.
Like, I don't even know where else makes sense. This
I
is
don't know
it.
what makes sense.
I think we just figured it out. If there's a
think the
move, it's
Spurs
here.
Are you
make
going to make some calls, or how's this work moving forward?
Call Mike.
Houston,
What happens to
What about-
Draymond if Steph leaves?
Throw
about
Kuminga,
Houston?
throw Kuminga in the deal.
Houston need a PG.
No, they got reached.
No. Draymond's not coming to San Antonio. We are not doing that. That part I say no.
Why not?
We
Y'all need a little
be
attitude.
profesh.
I'm sorry, profesh. Spurs are not doing that. I don't think they're doing that.
I almost wore my
think they're
Pistons
doing-
hoodie today, and I swear I put it back. So I was like, "Can I do this?"
I'm a bigger Pistons man than you
yeah,
are.
but
You're fair
JB
weather.
sent me that sweet hit.
Yeah, but he didn't know what he was getting into. I actually
you
support
go,
you
bro.
guys.
Thank
unlike
you.
the other one. Guys, we made
I
it.
trust you.
We'll be back tomorrow.
This is one of those conversations that hits Warriors fans right in the chest because it forces us to confront something we've been avoiding for years. Not because we don't love Stephen Curry, not because we don't believe in him, but because loving Steph also means being honest about where this franchise actually is right now. Let's get one thing straight from the start. Steph Curry is not asking out. He's not demanding a trade. He's not burning bridges or creating drama. That's not who he is. But what people are finally starting to admit, quietly, uncomfortably, is that Steph understands time better than anyone in that building. He understands where the Warriors are as an organization. He understands that his career is closer to the end than the beginning. And he understands that loyalty alone does not win championships. That's the tension. That's the uncomfortable truth. Because the Warriors keep saying they're building around Steph, but every move they've made recently says something very different. You killed the value of your youngest asset. You let the Kuminga situation rot instead of resolving it. You brought in Jimmy Butler to push the window one more time, and now that asset is gone, expensive, injured, and unavailable. The margin for error is gone, completely gone. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. The Warriors' best asset right now is a 37-year-old Steph Curry. That's not a shot at Steph. That's an indictment of roster construction. That's an indictment of asset management. That's an indictment of direction. Because if your entire future still depends on a superstar who has already given you everything, 4 titles, a dynasty, a global brand, then something went wrong behind the scenes. This isn't about disrespecting Steph, it's about respecting the reality of basketball. The league does not wait, windows do not pause, and championships are not awarded for loyalty points. You look at this roster and ask one simple question. Does this team, as built, have a real path to a title? Not a feel-good run, not a second-round surprise, a championship. And the honest answer right now is no. That's why these conversations feel so dangerous, because once you admit that, everything else gets complicated. Do you double down again and mortgage even more of the future? Do you run it back and accept that Steph's final years might be symbolic instead of competitive? Or do you do the unthinkable and at least explore scenarios that maximize value while still honoring the legacy? And that's where people get emotional, because Warriors fans don't want Steph anywhere else. They don't want to picture him in another jersey. They don't want to watch his final seasons be wasted warm-ups and moral victories. They want relevance. They want meaning. They want one last real shot. What makes this so heavy is that Steph himself would never force this conversation publicly. He would never embarrass the franchise. He would never apply pressure through the media. But that doesn't mean the pressure isn't there. It's just quiet, it's internal, and it's ticking. The Warriors are at a crossroads that loyalty alone cannot solve. Every option hurts. Standing still hurts. Moving forward hurts. Changing direction hurts. But doing nothing might hurt the most. This isn't about panic, it's about honesty. And Warriors fans are smart enough to feel it, even if they don't want to say it yet. So now the real question becomes this. What do you want Steph Curry's final chapter to look like? A graceful fade inside a broken system, or a bold, uncomfortable attempt to give him relevance until the very end? Because time doesn't care about nostalgia, and the league is not waiting for Golden State to figure this out. That's the reality, and that's why this conversation matters right now. Let me know what you think. Is there still a real path forward with this core, or is the franchise delaying the inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you felt this one, and subscribe to Warriors Nation News, because this story is far from over.